Hello, I am Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Civilization 5 as Japan. So the main goal for today is to at least start the siege of Athens. It is going to be a very difficult siege. The terrain around the city is just a nightmare for the attacker, but we somehow have to find a way how to take the city. If we can't take it, then there's no point in this war at all. At this point, it's not about like taking some more random cities. These wars have to be decisive and we have to get something big as a result. So here, just ending up with one more city doesn't mean anything. We either take everything, which means Corinth, Athens, and vassalize Greece, or it was a waste of time. So it might be costly, but I somehow have to take the city. So that's one thing. And then in 3 turns, our golden age ends, and then when the trouble really began, it's hard to say how exactly the situation is going to look like. All I can say is that it's going to be bad. And therefore, I'll have to be pretty flexible with my planning. So when I say now that in 10, 20 turns, I would like to do this or that, it can change very quickly, and I'll probably be changing my plans just from turn to turn based on how the unhappiness develops. So yeah, just take that with some, or there is some reserve when I'm planning something. It's just, it would be nice to be able to do that, let's put it this way, rather than in 10 turns this will happen and we will do, or we are going to do this and that. It's impossible to like really plan at this point. So that's that. Also, I made some, or I again went through all our cities, made some changes, but this time I didn't get a single extra point of happiness from that. All I was able to do is to check each city, what it specifically needs, or what the biggest problem in each city is, and adjust the building queues accordingly, so that in every city we are prioritize the buildings that will help the city the most. It's not much, but it's another like small thing that I can do. So I did that, and what was that? Someone wanted to know about war between Portugal and India, because India somehow managed to get 21 war score. Well, I don't see any obvious reason why that happened. India is not sieging cities, anything like that. I guess Portugal will just lost some embarked units, maybe a few ships, maybe a cargo ship, something like that. And that's, or the war score is the result of that, and hopefully it won't cause any problems to us when we want to peace out with India. Sometimes when your vassal is really losing hard, and like your score is 0, but your vassal is losing very hard, then the AI that is winning over your vassal may ask you for something extra from the peace treaty. I hope it's not going to be the case here. 21 war score is not that much. As long as it's, let's say, under 50, I don't expect any problems. So yeah, I think that as long as Portugal doesn't lose any cities, we should be fine. And I'll just keep an eye on this war, try to end it as soon as possible before the situation could possibly get out of control. But I think India is just too far to really do anything to Portugal. That's that. And then there were also some suggestions that I should maybe conquer some city-states. Well, I can't afford to do that. It's as simple as that. Because every city, even under ideal conditions, at least for some time, will increase the unhappiness. And at this point, like every bit of unhappiness is a big problem. Usually when you take a city and get, I don't know, 5 extra unhappiness for a while, you don't really care that much. But in our situation, 2-3 points of unhappiness is a big deal. And I just can't then and I mean, this is like the ideal situation when we capture the city-state and get basically all the buildings. There will always be some damage, but if we get the city in the best possible conditions, it's still gonna be causing some unhappiness for a while, and that's ideal situation. Usually, there'll be a lot more damage than just the necessary minimum. And in that case, it takes a long time to rebuild such city, and it would be causing so much unhappiness for a long time that we just can't risk that. And we basically just have to attack only cities that we have to have, and there is no way around it. Everything else is a luxury that we can't afford it at this point, and probably won't be able to afford it for a while. So I'm not going to be conquering any city-states. I'll basically be doing only things that I have to do to survive, and like maintain some level of expansion. In the case of Greece, that we have to vassalize them. I'm real afraid that if I don't vassalize Greece, Arabia will vassalize them, or eventually maybe even the Rome can vassalize them, and that will be a disaster for us. We have to have Greece on our side, so that's something I have to do. I have to fight them. And yeah, when that's over, when this war is over, we will have to focus on Arabia war. I'm really not looking forward to. I'm not sure how I'm gonna defeat them against all the camel archers and units that they will become. But we don't have anywhere else to go, right? India, that's not an option. If we move to India, I mean, we could vassalize Greece and move through their territory in the direction of Delhi, but then we would be moving our whole army away from the core of our territory and leaving it unprotected and open to Arabian attack. And that attack will come at some point, so I first have to get rid of them before I start moving further to the east. And of course, Rome, that will be the final boss because they are on the other side of the map. So that leaves just Arabia as our target, and as I said, it's a war that I'm really not looking forward to. But well, let's just take it one thing at a time. Athens first, another not war, but another siege. Let's say that I just don't want to do, but we don't have any other option. So where do we start? We can start by upgrading this knight to a lancer. 45 and end the turn. Okay, so we can get a kill there. Crossbowman can stay. Both crossbowmen can stay. What is it? Inquisitor and caravan. That's food to Osaka. Okay, the unhappiness should change. The starvation was causing a lot. Then we are done with the ember. So let's build the road. And what the hell do you want here? Okay, fine. Let's just attack these ships. Well, I'll take mobility. That's easy. I'm thinking about something else. I really wanted to get the citadel on this tile. Problem is, that's not an option. I can't build a citadel in enemy territory. Well, let's kill that Tercio. Well, that's a lot of units. We get a citadel here. I have to like push my border a bit closer to Athens. Yeah, but we didn't really solve the problem that we have. That's the river. It's gonna be difficult to cross, and it's gonna be retreating and shuffling units around in the front line like almost impossible. Let's cross the river here. Hopefully Arabia will provide some cover. like we need repairs. No. How far can you go? Not quite far enough. Let's start moving this tercio. And you will move this way. Too many units. Move out. I want this cannon in the city. And general in the citadel. Fortify, fortify. Here we want to fix the iron. You need healing. You need healing. How many followers do we have in Corinth? Because I noticed that we need 1 more percent, and then we will be able to get Reformation. All the good Reformation beliefs are gone, I checked that. But still, we might be able to find a little bit of happiness, I don't know, 1-2 points from one of the remaining beliefs, and like every bit is important. City connection. Oh, that's this one. I'm surprised that blocking a market here decreases the happiness. When there's 5 poverty, I'd really expect that market would help. 116. If I just buy this style. Oh, I didn't change anything. What the hell? That's odd. Oh, again, forgot. Oh man. We have 2 cities without the garrison. And we had those cities the whole previous episode. I'm trying to find every little bit of happiness on the map, and I'm staring on 2 cities without the garrison. I don't notice that. Okay, we are done here, and our capital. How do we suddenly have 4 poverty? I checked our capital before I started recording, and it was, I think, at 0 with just 1 poverty and I think 1 boredom. Why did it change so much? Oh, it didn't change anything. Oh, well, we get the merchant in 26 then. And we won't. It will be longer because we get 1 merchant before that. But do we have national monument? We do. Yeah, we need a couple of cities. I mean cities, towns. That should help with the unhappiness as well. So I think we want to work the 2nd merchant specialist. Fine. Is it done? Caravanserai. I think I'm gonna queue up a Writers Guild, because Writers Guild gives a lot of gold. So Caravanserai into Writers Guild into bank, and we'll keep an eye on our religion if we can get the 1%. This is the problem, that we were not able to flip these city-states. If we did that, then we'd be able to reform. Okay. Next. Okay, no losses. That is important. Barrage. And yeah, Mombasa is about to fall. Can I take it? I might be able to take it. Because if I let Mombasa fall into Arabian hands, I won't be able to move this way. And also this would give me a way how to get behind this river and still be in my territory. We could just start the attack on Athens from this, like from the direction of Mombasa, not from Corinth, or from both cities. Oh wait, oh, never mind. Yeah, that's 3-4 points. I thought I had enough movement points to attack with the knight and then with the lancer. Do they have a melee unit around? I don't see anything. Doesn't mean that there isn't one, but if I wait, I might be able to take it next turn. We'll see. What we have to do, we have to save the Stercio. Okay, move. Move. Let's start fixing the iron. Oh, there's one more thing that we can do and I forgot. Before I vassalize another AI, I should check. Never mind. I thought we would get still decent prices, but it seems we are already like too aggressive for the AIs to trade with us. This might be worth it. That's what, 10, 12 gold per turn. Anyone else? Do you have anything? Dude, I need another trading partner. What about a peace treaty? Nope. Fortify. And how are we doing with religious divisions? Oh, religious divisions are gone. One more thing. Monasteries. Do we have monasteries everywhere? I think we do. Okay. Fortify. And that next. Ah, they had a knight somewhere. So we have a problem here because I made a mistake. Listen, what about open borders? That's not too bad. I'll pay even cash, I think. So we can use his territory, not the ideal solution, but at least we can still move units through. Excuse me. How far can we move the terrestrial? Not far enough. I need to get these terrestrials in position. Kill the knight. Fortify. Let's build some mines in the range of our capital, I think, in case we need to switch to full production mode for some reason. Fortify. And now our golden age ended. We are at 9 unhappiness. That's not that bad. I expected like minus 15. But of course, when you say that minus 9 unhappiness is not that bad, and it's obvious things are not going the way they should. Can we move the cannon? The citadel, and then we can move the skirmisher and hopefully kill the ship. There we go. That allows us to move this cannon. We will move... I hope the worker will be safe. I just want to have another tertia on the road. And we can move to the coast. Fortify. Let's get this upgrade. And next. It's probably a good thing that I wasn't able to take Mombasa, because yeah, that would cause huge amounts of unhappiness, most likely, and we wouldn't be at -6, but probably -15 that I expected. And that's what I was talking about. At this point, we only can afford to take cities that we must take. Mombasa is definitely not a must-have. Let's start fixing these tiles. Maybe start with this village. I'm not sure that I want a village on this tile, but... well, for now we'll just fix it, and maybe later when we have some more time we'll adjust some of these tile improvements. Okay, this is a tile that we wanted. like to grow my cities to size 10. So we get the extra unit. And then just stop. 9 turns, okay, let's do it this way. And how are you doing? 7. Oh, the wheat is too far from Nagoya. Let me check nozzles. We are working this tile. Need to get rid of the isolation. That's just unnecessary unhappiness. Okay, I have to start moving forward before Arabia blocks all these tiles. Move. Yeah, we can even hit that trebuchet. Move another cannon forward. The Kirasir is now healthy enough to move forward as well. And well, I'll just slowly keep moving these tercios and try to somehow get them through all these camel archers. Plate. Next. You want to peace out, that's great. Yes, I definitely accept. And next turn I'll talk to him. Look at that, 15,000. But that doesn't mean anything. We don't want to just get a bit of gold from him. What we need is him as a vassal. And we need it in this war. So I'll refuse. It's risky. I mean, if we just accept it, that it could solve some of our problems. But I have to be a bit greedy in this case. There's siege 3. We can now safely use this tile and keep moving. Good. So we can one-shot this trebuchet. What about this one? No, this one is not low enough, but I can hit him and now kill him. That allows me to kill this one and move the Kirasir forward, hit the crossbowman. I'm trying to reduce the range damage as much as possible. I may still lose this Kirasir though. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 ranged attacks. Let's move this cannon forward. Move the knight back so that we can upgrade him. And move another tercio forward. it's even 6 poverty now. There's no effect. So it's better to just work the forge and get more production this city, because it really doesn't have that much production. Speed up some of the buildings. After the walls you want the castle, and castle is +1 happiness. Let's get that as soon as possible. Oh, we're gonna get some kills here. Or maybe not. How is this not a kill? Fortify. Okay, production. So, Writer's Guild finished. And how does it look like? Boredom, poverty. We don't have amphitheater, so that's gonna help with boredom a little bit. And we have... Actually, we have 3 unhappiness from religious divisions. Where is that? That's 1. Is there... Our capital also has religious divisions. And Lisbon, okay. Most importantly, was this enough? Nope, it wasn't. Still 1%. Ah. Okay, next. How the Arabia just moves forward and they take some damage for us. Yeah, this is something I forgot to do, but luckily he came to us. How much do you want for your gold? That is definitely acceptable. Fine, I'm gonna pay him 2 gold per turn. Or if you want some iron, you do. How much is he paying for iron, by the way? 107 exactly. Now, I'll just take the deal as it is. Not jade though. I want to check this tile, Forest Grassland Hill. I was thinking that because it's a forest, I would take a woodsman, but I don't think the terracer is gonna be staying on the tile for too long. I'll just get the shock 3. Here we can get an easy kill. Is there a city here? can't really move anywhere. I could move back. The cannon still should be fine. Or I could just pillage this tile and just stay here, fortify. How much money do we have? 469. Let's move you forward. Get another upgrade. And what the hell happened here? Why are we 10 local unhappiness? What the hell? Oh, that helped. Fine. Let's just lock Satsuma from growing. There's too much food, so it will keep growing unless I stop it, and there is really not much to work. Unless... No, we are already building all the Writers' Guilds. Where's the last one? Or... no. Not building it here. We have one in Kagoshima, I remember that. It has to be in queue somewhere. Get there. Here. Okay, cancel that. And you will build me a Writers Guild. Probably in this order. Also, let's move the other general to the front as well. Fortify. How much damage can I do? Not enough. Go. Why would you attack Portugal? Dude, why are you asking me to attack my own vassal? And it makes no sense for you to attack him. Sorry, not gonna happen. Peace, make peace with general. Yeah, I just noticed. Defense, safe pact. All that will happen if I accept is then that I'm gonna be dragged into war with Rome. So I'm gonna refuse. Come on. I need that kill. Oh, you definitely have to get out of there. And here I don't really have a choice. I need to have a tertiary next to the city. That's not bad. It opened up some tiles that we can now use. At least move in the right direction. And we just got the Corvette that we don't need. Let's give it Dreadnought. We can maybe send it exploring. What the hell is going on? 2 turns ago, we were at 2 unhappiness. Or actually, yeah, I think 2 unhappiness is the best we are able to do when the Golden Age ended. And now we are at minus 16. Basically, nothing changed. How much money do we have? 700. Let's cancel that workshop for now. How long is it gonna take? 25 turns, then we get the industrial era. And I want to start building circuses in industrial era because that gives us more culture. So I'll try constabularies. We could go for aqueduct. Those reduce poverty a little bit as well. The Grand Temple, and then we could build some temples quickly in other cities. Maybe that would reduce boredom a little bit. Just out of curiosity, how much money would that be? 114. Yeah, but it's really just the last resort. Next. You want open borders? Don't think so. How is that not a kill? How far can you go? First of all, you will move back. I'm thinking about how I can move my cannons. Probably have to wait. You are too slow. You're also too slow. Okay, cross the river. You'll have to survive here for one more turn. And give me one more tercio in the front line. You can replace him with the cuirassier. Where are our generals? Fortify. Yeah, okay, I think this is the best we can do. We have to somehow be able to hold these two tiles, and then we move. Actually, yeah, we're gonna have to hold the whole road, and then we could. No, actually, wait. These three tiles. Then we have cannon here, here, here. I'd like to use all four. Well, you'll see next turn. Okay. Next. So you definitely need cover. That's a good start. Then Wonder Construction Sabotage in Mecca, plotting a ghost against Rome. Let's talk to Rome. Anything that would turn these two against each other is good. Do you want iron? Nope. Do you want horses? Nope. City connection between Nara and Kyoto. That's this. Okay. But the happiness is still going down. For no obvious reason. So what did we steal? Printing press. Well, it's still better than nothing.
It is a newspaper's duty to print the news and...
Okay, and I think it's time to make a cut here. And again, off camera, I'll have to figure out what we're gonna do with the unhappiness. I can't afford to end the turn when we are at -20, because if I do, then there is the risk barbarians start spawning. So this will be all for today. And when our golden age ended, it seemed like, okay, maybe this will be manageable. But now, I don't really know what's going on. It's that downward spiral that as you start losing happiness, you start losing yield, right? Because the happier you are getting the bonus to all your yields, basically. And that reduces the overall unhappiness even further. And it goes the other way. As you are losing happiness, your yields go up, and all the related unhappiness starts increasing further, or causing further drops in happiness. So it's that spiral that all the things just snowball together, and the result are huge drops in unhappiness, because all these different parts of the unhappiness, boredom, etc., just start like together working against you. But yeah, as I said, I'll try to figure a way out of this somehow off camera. We still have some options. It just those are options that I don't want to use unless I have to, which I may have to, but we'll see about that. Yeah, so as I said, for today we are done. I hope that you like this episode. I hope that you're gonna join me next time again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.